So I'm gonna be doing a reading for us today. Very much looking forward to this reading. Immediately happy, immediately high energy, immediately elevated, immediately blessed. Love that for me. Okay, so I'm going to do a reading for us today. Angels, guides, ancestors, God source, and benevolent energies that stand in truth and love. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the guidance. Thank you for the protection. Please continue to guide and protect us as we walk our path. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So, on the left of the spread, first card we have here is the Page of Pentacles in reverse. And the way that's coming through is like it might be a two-part energy, but immediately it felt like a promise. And it might feel like a promise unfulfilled or something that hasn't been tapped into yet or something like that. But we have the Page of Pentacles coming out in reverse. And it's like I feel like somebody is holding on to something. Somebody is holding on to something and it has value, and I feel like there's more to say, there's more context to it, but it's not coming out or pronounced just yet. But somebody has something of value that they're holding on to, and it's the Page of Pentacles is coming out in reverse, so it's kind of like, what is this? On the right of that, we have the Two of Wands coming out in reverse. So yeah, we have the Two of Wands coming out in reverse. And we have the Page of Wands coming out upright. I feel like I just had a side epiphany that doesn't have anything to do with this reading. Like it's unrelated, but it kind of feels like it is related, which is very interesting. Love that for me because it really feels like it's tea, low key. And so let me see if I could give this an example without saying what it is. So there's this energy of somebody being in a situation, accepting their circumstance, having a leg up, but it's kind of like a twofold energy. So, for example, say someone has the opportunity to get a loan. And for some people, from some perspectives, depending on how you look at it, it's like, yeah, but it's a loan. I have to pay it back. And they can feel this density or they can feel burdened by the fact that they're going to have to pay it back. But for whoever this message is for, they're looking at is it like, okay, I could get a loan. I'm not worried about uh paying it back. Well, it's not necessarily like because they don't intend on paying it back, but it's just like they're they're optimistic, they have a plan, they have a future, they have a vision in mind, they are staying elevated in their mind and in thought that things will work out for them. So they're not allowing their circumstance to burden them, they're not allowing that situation to develop into this very dense kind of like something that weighs them down. They're just like, okay, loans are available to me. That's what's available to me right now. I'm going to use it. I'm going to make it do what it do, baby. Everything is going to work out. It's going to be paid off one way or another, or it's going to be taken care of one way or another. It's that type of energy. Love that for you. So, yeah, we have the Two of Wands coming out in reverse. And then we have the Page of Wands. Yeah. That's exactly what that energy is. So I'm reading, I see the cards, and then I immediately start feeling the energy, but then I'm going back to the cards and like, oh yeah, like they really are saying this. So yeah, we have the two of wands, that's planning ahead, having a vision, brainstorming, visualizing your future, coming up with a plan, really putting pen to paper. It's like you may not be able to take action right now, but you're really putting pen to paper. You're really drawing the layout. You're really doing something, even though from someone else's perspective they might feel like, I'm ready to get things going. I'm ready. It's kind of like the contrast of someone being in the chariot and actually taking that trip and actually being mobile, actually moving, versus someone that is putting pen to paper, writing out their thoughts, their intentions, their desires, their goals, their how is this actually going to work out? They're making the blueprint, they're making it out, and spiritual team is coming through to say like, they're both people are moving. The person in the chariot, that is like, you get in the car and you're on the road, you're going on a road trip, you're physically moving. Sometimes people feel like the trip doesn't start until then, but the trip starts when you actually plan it. The trip starts when you booked it. But not even that. The trip started when you balanced your checkbook and you set the intention to even go on the trip, when you started saving your money, when you started setting money aside, when you started writing out your bills and planning. That's when the movement started. So there's this energy of like respecting the craft I was hearing, but respecting every aspect of the trip, the journey, the movement, and knowing that, yeah, that is a vehicle. When you write things down, that's a vehicle too. When you brainstorm things, when you take your idea seriously, that is movement too. That has just as much value and just as much movement as actually being in the car and driving. Oh, we're hitting the road, uh road trip type of thing. Hopefully y'all get it. It's kind of like, it's just, this is not a part of the message, but it's kind of remind me of like someone could feel like the trip doesn't start until I get on the plane. No, the trip started when you first thought, when you first took the idea of going on the trip seriously. That part. Love that. Love that. Love that. So with the page of wands coming out upright on top of, or on top of this two of wands, is kind of like taking interest in your interest, taking your ideas seriously, taking inspired action, even though it may look like small steps, even though others you may not be seeing you or you don't feel visible. So it's, yeah, another reminder of like someone feeling like, oh, the show doesn't start until the audience applauds, or the show doesn't start until the audience actually see me. The show doesn't start until I actually get all dolled up and dressed up and I get my dress on and my heels on. No, it started in the practice. It started in, what was it called, rehearsal. It started when you was waking up. It started with your daily routine as you was prepping. It started when you set the intention that I'm gonna go to this audition, I'm gonna join this dance club, before you even ever performed. So it's like the pinnacle is not the pinnacle alone. There's other moving parts that is also a part of this pinnacle, which is why I believe that this page of pentacle came out in reverse. It's like you always had value, you always had traction, whether other people seen you or not, whether you were being viewed or seen by others or not, whether or not anything. Wow, that's a powerful message. Sorry, guys. If I do share this, I don't do the editing. I'm like rugged. But this is a really good message. Oh my god, okay. Ooh, fire! It'd be so fire, you guys. Okay, so I'm using location tarot. If I share this, I just want to say because like when I be trying to show it, it has like if you could see in the light, it shows like the other parts of the card that you can't see. This is the Ten of Pentacles, but it's location tarot. So the divining is in the location, like looking at what this was about. So we could see a pillar, we could see a structure here. The Ten of Pentacles is someone that has built, established generational wealth. They're so far in the future that it's kind of like, someone may have started this family business. They went through that whole journey. They're probably like 30, 40 years into it, and they've built a family on it. They fed their family on it. Now their kids have kids. Now their kids might even have kids. Well, a lot of times it's like at least two generations down with the Ten of Pentacles at this point. So it's like uh if their kids need a job and they're struggling anywhere else, they can always come home. They can always work for the family business. They don't have to, but they can because there is generational wealth that has been established. And as you can see the structure, the pillar. This ain't no little house. They got a castle. They have land. They have a factory on the land. Like that's what generational wealth is. They have established, things they've built. And then also see like the scales right here. So it's like Libra energy right there. There's balance. There's in the Ten of Pentacles, I see here they got dogs in here. So there's some kind of loyalty to the path, loyalty to the vision. They saw it through. And so with that coming through in this reading, that's like that's like what was I gonna say? See, let me be extra forgetting. That would be extra forgetting what I was gonna say. That's like there's a sense of loyalty. Somebody say loyal to the path. And I'm hearing the word devotion. They were devoted to the vision and it pays off. So for whoever this message is for, your spiritual team wants you to acknowledge or to realize that no matter what stage of your journey that you're in, whatever it is that you desire, that you've been working towards, that you've been holding that vision, that you're still hammering away, you're still beating on your craft, know that you are in motion. Long before you even get into the car, long before you turn the engine on, you are in motion. So know that, realize that, acknowledge that, be that, like, just know that you're on this path to the Ten of Pentacles. You're building something. And because we are talking about the Ten of Pentacles, if you are indeed on this journey, a big huge part of that, like I said, this is somebody that has lived their life, to have established the Ten of Pentacles, to have this castle, the land, the factory on the land, and all of that. You've probably put 30, 40 years, 4 decades into this shit. So know that if this message is for you, what you're building, what you set intention on is like a big bulk of that movement is working on the foundation. And as you may know, a lot of people don't have the tolerance to work on the foundation because the foundation is the most important part. You cannot build a castle on sand, or you should not build, a house on sand, or something like that. It's like the foundation is very important. So if you ever are feeling a little bit discouraged, a little bit doubtful about where you're at and how much more you have to go, spiritual teams coming through to acknowledge like you're moving. You are moving. Even with this your mind. We have more ways to move, to navigate life than we give our credit for. We think we only navigate this way. No, we navigate in our mind. We navigate with our vision. We navigate with our nervous system. We navigate with how we regulate our mood. We navigate with how we maintain our optimism, how we maintain, we navigate with our self-belief. Don't fucking play with me. Don't fucking play with me. Like, don't fucking play with me. You think I'm stagnant whole time building an empire. That's the energy. And that's what spiritual team is coming through to acknowledge to whoever this message is for. Is like, we see you. We see you. You are moving. If you feel like you're a little stagnant, if you feel like a little bit discouraged, no, you're taking on miles with your mind. You're taking on miles with your visualization. You're taking on miles by regulating your nervous system. You are moving, you are building. The foundation is being built. Don't get it twisted. There's more than just the physical. There's more than just um someone feel like they don't got gas to get to the next trip, but they're not even at that stage yet. So like spiritual tips, like, don't worry about where the money gonna come from. Don't worry about where the funds gonna come from. Don't worry about that. You're not at that stage right now. Just focus on what you're focusing on. You are building. You are moving. So hopefully that makes sense. So I keep all the cards in my deck, and sometimes, when you get a deck, there's just like a card like this that's just for decorations, or it might be something else. But this says thanks. Thanks for all of your support from the Location Tarot. And it's coming out in reverse. But there's this energy of like being grateful, being abundant, being in a state of abundance, regardless of what your circumstance or your reality may be reflecting to you right now. And I'm hearing the word harvesting. It's harvesting time or season for whoever this message is for. See how the flowers are surrounding. The flowers are surrounding this, so it's kind of like gratitude. And there's this energy of someone could or might feel like they're not seeing everything around them, but there's this energy of them being surrounded by support and love. And I don't know what this invisible layer is. Like, there's people around them, or circumstances, or opportunities, or blessings around them that maybe haven't revealed themselves yet, but they're very much available, and they're very much within reach. So it says, thanks for all of your support. And I think it's coming out in reverse because there is kind of like, I feel like I'm going like this because I feel like, um, have you ever put something on you, like maybe it was a lotion that didn't mesh with your skin, or some kind of product you put on your hair and it leaves a film? It feels like there is something in between you and this support, you and these people, or maybe they haven't revealed themselves yet, or something like that. Maybe I'll get more context, but there's something in between, and it doesn't feel like a hindrance, though. That's the other thing. It doesn't feel like a hindrance, or like their support, but it's not coming through. It's like it just it's not time yet, or there's something about a timing, or there's something that it you hear a lot. Been hearing a lot about um other readers or spiritualists, like, this is the activation, this is the activation. So I kind of feel like there's something that needs to be activated. So it might be one particular thing, like say you've been working on whatever you've been working on, and then an opportunity presents itself where you get to perform it, where you get to play it out. And that's when it feels more so like, for whoever this message is, they do this thing and then they become visible. So the support is there, but then once you do this thing, it garners the attention of everything else around you, but you're like dead in the center of it. That's how it feels. Like you're in a very good place, you're in a very good space. From your spiritual team's perspective, you're right exactly where you need to be. And there is going to be another um, incident or opportunity where you will get to shine, or you will get to perform, or you will get to do whatever you have already been preparing to do. The opportunity will present itself to do exactly what you've already prepared for. It's not a whole bunch of pressure. It's not like, oh, this thing is coming up and I'm gonna have to perform. It's gonna like you are you have put yourself in position for this, and you will like look how many flowers there are around you. That you are the heart. This is you right now. Spiritual team saying you're in the perfect place. There's thanks, there's support, there's gratitude, and once you activate, once you do this thing, once this opportunity presents itself, it's like unmistakably, I don't know, you're just gonna be in the right place, the right time. People are gonna truly see you. That was a lot for one card. Okay. On the right of that, we have the Nine of Wands. Yeah, we have the Nine of Wands coming out of right, and on top of that, we have the Six of Pentacles, which is very interesting. So in this card, the Nine of Wands, it's like the Nine of Wands can be a little bit slightly jaded or like tired, like they've been working really hard and they're exhausted, they need to take a break or something. With this, it doesn't feel as dense or as heavy as the Nine of Wands usually does, but it does give this energy of someone finish cutting the yard, or uh, I forgot the right terminology, where they cut the hedges, they do the whole sculpture and stuff. So spiritual team is saying like you've done the work, you've done the craft, you've done the presentation, you've made whatever your craft is very very presentable. And after, like any other thing that you put your time, energy, and effort into, say you cut the yard and stuff, you're gonna sit back, you're gonna go across the street, and you're gonna be like, like, I'm tired, but I'm so proud of my work. That's the energy that the Nine of Wands is giving me right now. And on top of that, immediately, I'm hearing immediately with the Six of Cups, there this is the card where it's a little, it looks like a boy and a little girl where he's handing her a bouquet. That one always gives me like, that card gives me like big brother, little sister vibes. uh, Immediately I was hearing people are going to want to give to you immediately. It's like, take my money. That's the energy. Take my money. It's like you don't have to, if you have a business or something, it's kind of like you've done so much, you've made the architect, whatever you created, so attractive that you don't really just have to focus on a sales pitch, because the work speaks for itself. Yeah, you're going to show up, you're going to set your presentation up, or you're going to do, the things, but it's not a lot of having to beg here. People see the material, people want to give to you, people want to know more. It's not like, hey, people passing by your table, hi, it's not like that. People are like, oh, what is this? It's very attractive. Whatever you've been setting your intention on, whatever you've been visualizing is very attractive. People want to know more. People want to give you their money. People want to be a part of it. People want to, yeah, like people want to participate. It's that energy. So immediately you're supported. Immediately, that's what I'm saying with the card that it came out next to. Immediately, like you're surrounded, and that's a part of that activation where people see you and they immediately want to give to you. They immediately, yeah, whatever this thing is, people immediately see what you're on and they jump on board. Love that. And that is kind of bringing me back to the idea of earlier in the message where there was this comparison to this Page of Pentacles coming out in reverse, where spiritual team was saying that you have something of value, but it hasn't been activated yet, and I was comparing that to be the energy of being in the chariot. the chariot is like we're ready to go, we're on the road, we're actually moving. And how sometimes we can get caught up in thinking like, if I'm not on the plane, if I'm not on the stage, if people are not seeing me immediately, I'm not doing nothing. And spiritual team saying, you doing a lot, B. You doing a lot. You doing a lot. That's what your spiritual team was coming through to say. You're doing a lot. They're saying you're moving. They're saying that you got traction. You doing the miles. The miles is getting walked. That's the energy. So I love that spiritual team is coming through to say like, now you moving. That's funny. Okay. So we have the Nine of Cups coming out upright. Wow. This is the energy of contentment, satisfaction. It's the guy, he be sitting with his arms folded. You see the Nine of Cups behind him, barely. So it's like contentment, like, yeah, I could sit back now. And this is coming out directly on this support that spiritual teams say that you're positioned, and once you activate, you will become visible, and so will everyone else. All the support around you will become visible immediately. So also there's this energy of any rejection that you've received for anything that you've put out prior to this doesn't matter. Like, don't get caught up in like, oh, they rejected me, oh, they didn't accept my offer, anything prior to now. It don't matter. Like, you're being redirected. So really make sure that you're refocusing your energy. Like, okay, it didn't work out over here. I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna try this. Okay, and it's also like, it's not like I'm gonna do something completely different, as in like I'm abandoning my original project, but there's something about being able to pivot. And it won't be hard for whoever this message is for, because as we have discussed with the Ten of Pentacles, he got the castle, he got the home, he got the land, he got the business on the land, he got the factory, he got the family, he got the dog, he got at least two generations of his family. Like, he's been doing that. So with someone that has put that much time, energy, and effort into what they're building, there is also this understanding that it's not just one thing. They have many things to offer. They have many areas of what they're building to put their energy into. So it's not that hard to pivot. You know what I'm saying? So before he got the factory, he was focused on the land. So if the factory is not doing what the factory is supposed to be doing, not that it's not doing it, but maybe it might be in a different stage of development. He got this going on his land. He got this going on. We got this. Like, it's so many other things. So for whoever this message for, you're building a craft. You've put so much. There's whatever you're working on, it has many different dynamics to it, dimensions to it, where it's not hard. It's also reminding me of someone that is very dynamic, someone that has, I don't want to say many layers to them, but it is. And it's like, okay, it's someone that is so fulfilled and self-sufficient to where, say they are in a relationship or willing to be in a relationship or has prospects, but that relationship is not all that they have going on in their lives. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, even if this is not working out with this person, they're so fulfilled, they really respect themselves, that it's, the relationship might be 20% of what they got going on. It's easy for them to switch their energy because they've built so much around themselves. They love themselves. They're so fulfilled. They have other passion projects that they're working on. So it's kind of like, eh, like I would have liked it to work out, but it's not everything. Opposed to someone that may be making a relationship 80% of their focus in their entire life. Like there's other things that this person also has going on that they've put time, energy, and effort into, to the point where those things are also fruitful. They can easily turn their head like like 20 degrees and they see something else that is also blooming, that is also attractive, that they've built, that they've put intention into. So it's like they don't have to look far as far um as far as I mean, as opposed to someone else that a relationship is the end all be all for them. It's 80% of their focus. If that person doesn't text them back, or that person starts switching up or acting funny, they're stuck, they're stagnant, they're discombobulated, they're disoriented because they've been putting all their energy into that. It's kind of like I love that example too that came through. It's like and scene. Like all they have to do, they don't even have to look that far. It might not even be 20 degrees. Like 20, like they just slightly turn their head. Oh, yeah, this project that I have going on. Oh, yeah. They look up. Oh, yeah, this idea that I have wrote down 6 months ago, not even like 3 months ago. And it's just like, look down. Oh, yeah. These shoes that I invested in, love that for me. Also, I'm saying shoes, but I'm going like this. Oh yeah, that ring that I bought for myself. It's that energy. Like, please be in the comment section and let me know what the fuck is going on, because that's the energy. It's like you've built a garden around yourself. You are literally building an empire, and things are blooming around you. I literally said maybe a month ago I've been making some investments in myself, in my business, in my passion projects. And for some reason, I forgot if I was doing a reading there. I don't think I even was even doing a reading. I think I was just kind of talking to myself in my head about my vision, what I'm doing. And I just out of nowhere, I was like, this is my garden. That's what I said to myself. So when I said that, I'm looking at all the material possessions that I've invested in for my business, for myself, for my new identity. I've gotten myself some material things that make me feel sexy, that make me feel beautiful, that make me feel more like myself. I said, this is my garden. I've been very intentional about where and how I spent my money. And I think I was in a place where I was like, okay, I've invested in these things. And I think also it was kind of like I might have been feeling like a little stagnant, like kind of what this message is speaking to. Not stagnant, but it's kind of like, okay, I made the investments, but there's still more work to be done. There's still more movement to be done. And I think that's why spiritual team is also coming through to say, like, we recognize the movement. We want you to know that you were moving when you set that intention, when you wrote it down, when you followed through, when you took inspired action, regardless if other people are seeing it or it's on the presentation table. Like you're taking on miles. That's the energy. So love that for you. Okay. So yeah. So immediately people want are gravitated to you. Immediately people want to give to you. On top of this 10 of Pentacles that came out, where we're basically establishing legacy and generational wealth, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. With the Wheel of Fortune, I was just getting like a air, like a gust of wind in the form of favor coming out over the 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, so it's just like with the Wheel of Fortune coming out on top of the 10 of Pentacles, it's kind of like trusting that the divine got you when it just keep moving, taking those steps forward, taking inspired action, doing what you could do now. Don't worry about what's out of your control. Spiritual team is like you're in good hands. The gust of wind of financial success, or the windfall, I don't want to say is coming, but it's like, yeah, it's coming. Like, or it'll come. Is There's another reference to like divine timing. So just keep doing what you're doing. The winds will sail. That's the energy. Okay. Directly, well, at the bottom of the spread. So tired. The bottom of the spread, we have the Eight of Pentacles, and it's coming out in reverse. So there's this energy of cruise control. There's this thing that spiritual team is giving to whoever this message is for. That I was talking about earlier. We see you. You're taking the strides. You're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. But you don't need to be in this energy of kind of like the Ten of Wands. I think that's the Ten of Wands. Yeah. Where the person is going up the hill and they're carrying all the sticks or something. That's not this energy. That's not the energy your spiritual team wants to be you to be in. They don't want you to feel dense, heavy, and feel like you're carrying everything on your shoulders. They want you to be kind of like in Sagittarius energy, just optimistic, keep it light, keep it cute. Not even keep it cute, because I don't really, that's not the energy, but it's kind of like it is though, like kind of like keep it cool. Be cool as a cucumber, you know what I'm saying? Like, things is working out, so like don't trip. You at the bus stop, okay? Like you waiting for the next train, like okay, like keep it cute as in like, oh, look at the sky, like, oh, it's a nice day. Let me take a walk while I'm waiting. The next 20 minutes is coming. It's coming, bro. It's coming. Like, chill. Like, go to the vending machine. Here. Spiritual team's like, fuck, here's some change. Like, find something to do real quick. Not them giving you $5 to go to the vending machine. Like, bitch, be cool. Like, that's the energy. Like, be cool. Be cool. You know your ride's coming. You got the ticket. Like, yeah. That's funny. That's funny. Aw. Okay. So this is the last card that came out, but I'm gonna speak on it first. We got the Fool card coming out. This is where you supposed to be at right now. A Fool card. You free. You free. You feeling the breeze. The sun is out. You optimistic. It's airy over here, so there's no stagnant thoughts, there's no negative thoughts. You feeling free, you feeling open. You can see the landscape, you can see the mountains. There's a vision, there's beautiful sights. So with that, again, it's kind of like you might be waiting on the next train or something like that, but you're not waiting on the next train. Like, things are moving, you already on the train. Yeah, there might be this like physical train, like, but you already on the divine train. You already on the spiritual train. You've been on the train, like you've been moving. That's like us moving in space. We're living on a floating rock, bro. Like, we're always in motion. That's the energy. It's kind of like another dimension that our spiritual team is like bringing to our attention. It's kind of that energy of like, none of this is solid, right? Nothing is solid. There's no two atoms that actually touch each other. It's that energy that spiritual team is trying to bring to our awareness, that everything is everything. That's the energy, you guys. Everything is everything. So you just need to be cool like a cucumber. Okay. So that was kind of like the last of the cards, but I wanted to read that first. But on the left, the beginning of this last couple cards that came out, we have the Eight of Wands. And yeah, that's the energy. Things are moving, baby. Things are moving. I'm trying to get you to see the wands. Things are moving. Things in motion, baby. That's the energy. I've been watching the Wu Tang series, the Wu Tang American Saga, whatever it's called. And these New York niggas just be like, Yeah, son. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking when they be hyping each other up. Yeah, God. Yeah, God. Like that's the energy. Like you good, God. Hell yeah, do what you need to do, God. Like it's like peace, God. It's like that energy, like spiritual team, hyping whoever this up. Like you got this. Like what you worried about? Here. Here, go get you something out the vending machine. Be cool. We good. We good. You don't gotta worry about nothing. That's the energy. Love that for you. Okay, on the right of that, we had the Two of Pentacles, which came out in reverse, which is very interesting. Two of Pentacles. Okay, so I'm looking at the location of this and not so much the parts that you can't really see unless it's in the light, although I know it's a Two of Pentacles. And I'm noticing the waves and the ships. And this kind of look kind of rowdy, like y'all good out there? It look kind of tragic out there. It look kind of like there's a lot of stuff in the background. So there's this energy of like things maybe swarming behind you or something like that. And there's this energy of like it's real light. So it's not like there's chaos and tragedy really behind you for real, but there's some movement, there's some commotion. It's kind of like you in the testing room and you taking your test and somebody in the background having a conversation like in the next room and you can kind of hear them through the walls. It's a little distracting, but spiritual team's like, don't worry about that. They got something else going on. But you focus on the test and it's not a problem because you already prepared for it because you've been doing what you need to do. You're here to do what you need to do, but it's not super loud to where it's just like I cannot work, but it's like you notice something, you hear a little bump on the wall. It's something like that in our realities. It might be, little shit around us that's like not distracted though. It's not pulling my attention though. I've prepared some whoever is prepared for this so much that something that might have tripped someone else up, you already prepared for. So, as someone who reads tarot, as someone that is a spiritualist, as someone that is used to tapping into my subconscious mind to receive messages and impressions that I can articulate and deliver. I've also studied other mediums, spiritualists, and other aspects or topics related to meditation, tapping into the subconscious mind. And one of the pieces of information that I found out about is that some group of people or some teacher was like, they practice this mediumship in not the most quiet settings, and that is to build tolerance and to learn to tap in even when the environment isn't super quiet and serene. And because those people have practiced in those environments, it makes it easier. So when I'm saying like there's a little something going on in the background, but you're so into your craft, you've been so dedicated to your vision, you know how to hold that focus, that it's not really a problem for you. So I don't know about the person next to you taking the test. They might be a little shaken. They might even, not do well in the test and be like, oh, I couldn't do it because of this. But something about you, something about the foundation that you have laid with this Ten of Pentacles, like we said, we're not building on sand. We didn't build on sand. Our foundation is not faulty. Our foundation is solid. So somebody has been putting the practice in long before they went to go in and take the test. Going back to this energy, somebody feel like the trip starts when you get in the gas. Nah, the trip starts with you packing your bags. It started with you setting money aside. You were moving whole time. We're always in motion. So because you did what you were supposed to do in all stages and all steps of whatever this was, when little distractions, a little comments, or a little fly, a little gnat come around, you not shaken nor stirred. Okay. So yeah, that's the energy. Okay, sun cards coming out. Quit playing Quit playing with me. And this Sun card came out directly under this Nine of Cups, where we talked about whoever this message for is content, satisfied, proud of themselves, looking at the sculpture that they built, looking at the project that they put time, energy, and effort into. They're now admiring their work. They're satisfied with what they have done because they did a great job with the foundation of it and building it. They've enjoyed every process of it. They may have not been aware that they were taking on miles that they've traveled so far. The spiritual team has came through to inform us that we were moving whole time through our work ethic, through our integrity. We was always in motion. That's like when you you go on a trip. I got two examples. One is like being in the car on a road trip with their family, their parents, their child, and like you took a nap or something, and then you wake up, you see the beach side. That was something for me. Like my family, we would go to the beach, go fishing or something. You might take a nap, and then you wake up all of a sudden. Oh, we at the spot. We not at the spot, but we at the spot. Like, oh, you could start to see like, oh, okay, it's starting to look like Palm Beach. It's starting to look like Palm. Oh, I see the water. I see the water over there. You start getting excited. Ah! That's the energy. Sorry for anybody that's ears. That's the example. That's the example. So yeah, spiritual. That's why spiritual to you like be cool. Whole time you didn't know you was in motion. Yeah, Disney World coming up. You see the sign. You see the sign. You see the sign. You crossing the state boundary. You see you welcome to New Orleans. Ah! You see the welcome to the museum. It's still 5 miles down, but you hear me in that bitch. Ah! You hanging out the window. Ah! That's the energy. Whole time you took a nap, you didn't even know you was in motion. It's a motion party. You got it. What's the words? It's a motion party. You cannot get in. Right? Is that the word? Yeah. It's a motion party. You cannot get in. Oh, that's the energy. Like that's the energy the sun card is giving. Like look at the background. See the material, you guys. It's sunflowers. It's like yeah. That's the energy. That's the energy, you guys. That's the energy. Okay. Okay, so mind you, I'm trying to build up to this full card that I read first, which was kind of like the last card. So we had the Eight of Wands spiritual team is saying, like, you got movement, things are moving, whether you can see them or not, invisible or not, visible or not. Two of Pentacles came out in reverse. I forgot that came out in reverse. I think that might have more context, but I'm not sure. The Sun card, and then we had the Fool. But in between the Sun card and the Two of Pentacles in reverse, I think we have this is the Five of Cups. So this can kind of be like a depressive type of card, the Five of Pentacles. So like there may have been some losses along the way. There may have been a couple of aspects of your vision or your project that came to pass. There may have been, a couple of spilled drinks. You might have, made a little art piece and it didn't, it didn't make it. It didn't, I don't know what may have happened, but it's just kind of like we lost a couple of things along the way. A couple of things that we thought was going to last. A couple of things that we thought would a couple of people that we thought was going to be riding with us. You know what I'm saying? And then there is the Nine of Swords. Wow, this is a different spin on it. Okay, let me see if I can get you to see. This the Nine of Swords where he washed up. This nigga had to go. Like, damn, he had a good run, but shit. Damn, they did that nigga dirty. Like, that's the energy. Like, that nigga passed away. Like, the I'm hearing never ending story too, which is very interesting. And it's reminding me the never ending story, the movie, is kind of like this long journey. Like there were so many different scenes. There were so many different challenges. It's like if it's not this thing, it's that thing. And then, oh, now we're walking through the wilderness. And now there's like this weird ass, wolf ass nigga trying to like be on some weird shit. And now it's like you've been through so much. You've seen so much. You've traveled through so much, whether it was energetically, mentally, spiritually, you've been traveling. And that's what spiritual team is coming through to say for whoever this message is. Like, you've been traveling, like you've been moving, even though from your perspective you feel like you had to get things off the ground, but that was because you was building the foundation, and it's a big fucking foundation because it's an empire. But going back to the 10 of Pentacles, you wasn't building no regular 2x4 house or whatever the fuck, I don't know the terminology. You not building like a little a trailer house. You're not building a mobile home. You wasn't even building like a 2 bedroom, a 4 bedroom. You wasn't even building a 5 bedroom. Like, you building stuff. So when you're building a foundation, you have to also understand this foundation is far and wide. And so you're not gonna see all the bezels and the whist. We're not at like, if there's this energy of like, there's stages to building a home: the foundation, the rooms, putting in the windows, and all that stuff. And then there's other more fun parts like picking the furniture that you're gonna. I'm not. I'm trying to refrain from saying you're not there yet, because I don't. That's not the message that's trying to come through. But it's like, yeah, you may have felt a little unsure or experienced a little bit of uncertainty at some stages of it, because yeah, your shit is gonna take a little bit longer. You guys may have seen this post that was like, yeah, it might take me a little longer to get to the places that I need to go or to do, because I'm bringing my integrity with me. I'm bringing my self-respect with me. So there might have been other people that have figuratively, or depending on your perspective and what you think, you might feel like other people may be taking shortcuts or taking faster routes. And it's kind of like, if you're committed to what you're committed to, you won't be mad at other people cutting corners and cutting routes, because like, are you building something or are you building something? Like, are you like, why are you mad because someone else is cutting corners or getting a fast track if you're committed to your craft? So it's like, choose a side, pick a side. And this is remind me also of like, say someone, we talk about the wife material versus the thoughty or the hot girl, or not that you can't be both, but it's like giving me this energy of someone that is more looking at it from a perspective or black and white. It's like, okay, you saying like wife material is this, maybe you might want to be more flexible about what wife material is, because why are you feeling resentment because you're carrying your self-respect and integrity with you, but you're mad at someone else because they're showing more skin, or they're more provocative, or they go for what they want, or they put themselves out there more. So it's kind of like, okay, you said you want this, then why you mad? Like, keep your head down and could keep doing what you said you value. You say you value this, so continue on with the vision. You said this is what wife material is. Unless you're wanting to make some adjustments, you're welcome to do so, but don't be mad at someone else because they're taking a different route. You don't be mad at that if you know what you're going. If you're saying, I'm building an empire, you're gonna experience empire experiences. They're not gonna experience empire experiences because they're on the fast track, okay? So they path gonna look a little different. It's gonna be more fun up front, but you gonna have more fun on the back end if what you value is generational wealth. If you want your kids to be able to have somewhere to come back to, your journey is going to look different. You can't be mad and looking at your homeboy, oh, he at the bar every weekend, he getting the girls, but I thought you was building an empire though. So do you want to go to the bar? Because you could do that too, but you're going to have to leave the foundation of what you're doing. It's going to rain next weekend, You gonna seal the cement or what? What you trying to do? So that's the energy. That was kind of like a reminder for whoever. So with the Nine of Swords coming out, it's kind of like something had to die, something had to be transformed. You had to eat some shit. You know what I'm saying? You had to eat some shit. You had to take something might have meant longer hours. It might have been less fun up front. It might have meant, sacrifices, like you had to lose a couple people on your journey for your vision because you stayed true. It might have meant like some people, rode with you at the beginning, and maybe they also had that vision with you, but they also realized that, damn, this is a big ass foundation. They might have said like, yeah, 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 we're gonna do this, and agreed to it. And then 6 months in, maybe 3 months in, it's kind of like they kind of feel like they looking at your homeboy too, like, dang, I want to go to the bar sometimes. I want to go to the bar sometimes. And maybe something about your journey required that you can't go to the bar at all. You don't got time for that. You got to stay true to the vision. So you might have lost a couple of people. There's also this energy of alchemizing or something like that. Alchemizing your experiences. So with that, all that being said, this nigga got, you know, like, damn, they really did this nigga in. So there's this energy of transformation, being transformed by your experiences, being transformed by, and I'm hearing defeat. Uh, you had a couple of losses, but you didn't lose everything. That's why the Five of Cups came out. Yeah, you lost two of your five. Two out of your Five of Cups kind of spilt over. But again, with this Page of Pentacles, there's this energy. The very first card that came out, spiritual team, first message that came out. You have something of value and you're holding on to it. So now the message has been revealed with all that we've gone through. Those people that be paying to go to a certain land or something, and they have a chance to try to find a diamond, and every now and then on the news it'll be like, oh, this person found this little nugget of diamond, and it's worth like hundreds of thousands of dollars, maybe even millions of dollars or something, I don't know. But it's very unrefined. It's like, that's a diamond. Look, that thing look kind of milky, but damn, it's worth that much. I'll be looking on the news like, okay, good for them. Like, shit, I don't know nothing about that. I was like, that's a diamond. That's a. They be showing it, be like all dirty and milky and unpolished and stuff, but that shit is worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. So that's the energy that's came through with this Page of Pentacles in reverse. Spiritual seems that, yeah, you might have started off with 5 cups. You had these ideas because you were setting intention, you were creating this craft. We lost a couple, but whatever you did grasp within that time, whatever you did accumulate within that time, you grab something. You gotta they have this like thing where they shake the dirt out and separate it from the minerals so they can see was if they found something. It's like, you got that, but you got something. You found something. You might have invested, I don't know how much it costs to get into these places where they be looking for diamonds or whatever. You might have spent, $200, $500 a couple of times just to go for the chance to see if you might find something. Those were investments. You might have lost something. You might have started off in a group and y'all set the intention, we're gonna scale this whole land. And you might have started off with 10 people. They were so hyped, but they helped you. They did their part. Maybe they had to leave. They was like, you know what, I did what I could. I gotta go, whatever. But they were there for the time that they were there, and you brought something back with you. You have something. And there's this energy of like, you, for whoever this message was for, you may be just realizing that you have something. So I'm seeing someone, with that shaker, they have the dirt or whatever in there, and they're walking back to the table or wherever they go, however the process is where they're doing it, and they're just right, just moments from realizing that They're moments from realizing that they have a fucking diamond or maybe a fucking couple of diamonds in that bitch. And I think spiritual teams coming through to acknowledge and to realize that, to help whoever this message is for to realize that they're just moments from realizing that their hard work paid off. That's the energy. And the top of the deck under current energy is the Ten of Cups. And the under the deck undercurrent energy is the High Priestess. So you follow through on the vision and you stay true. So for whoever this message is, love that for you. Bye.